Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen, and today I'm taking part in the World Book Day collaboration run by Nikki and Kirk at Koenig's Creations. There will be a playlist down here. Don't forget to check that out at the end. Now I'm going to make something, but I want to put these tiny little miniature books in it. But they are full of paper, so they're going to create bubbles, I expect. So first, before I pop them into anything, I'm going to try sealing them with some UV resin. This is a cheap one I got from Temu. I don't like it. It shrinks. It's horrible. So I'm going to use it for something like this rather than in anything else. Probably not the best way to do this, but just want to get it sealed up around the edges so that it doesn't create bubbles. And it's running everywhere. Put the lid on that 1 second. Get my little silicone tool. Knock everything over while I'm doing it. I'll trim off the excess UV. I'm going to put my gloves on. I don't really want to be touching that with my hands. And what I'm going to do is get some inside the cover there to stick the cover down a bit better. You can see the bubbles coming out. I will trim off the excess once I've got it cured up. And it hopefully won't show inside the piece. And since I've got so much on there, I'm going to start the next one as well. And get that in there. Squeeze that down. It up against the edges. And again, you can see the bubbles forming, or I can. My hands might be in your way, sorry about that. I've got 4 of these to do. I'm not going to bore you and make you sit through it all. Just showing you how I'm sealing to start with. These are going to go straight under my UV light. And I will come back when this part is fully cured up and ready for the next stage. See you in a bit. Hi, back again. So if you saw yesterday's video, you may recognize this mold. I made this one myself. I'm crossing everything that it works. Now I've completely coated books in UV resin. This one is so full of bubbles, but it's going to go in anyway. What's a few bubbles between friends, eh? I've got about 60 grams of Resin Pro Eye Crystal mixed up in here because I want to do it in 2 layers. Why does my mold look lopsided? It shouldn't do because the table is level, and it was level when I made the mold, so... I probably messed up somewhere, who knows? Right, there's a few bubbles on the top there, which I'm going to need to get down here so I can see. They're not that visible through the camera lens, but at this angle I can see them. Oops, don't dip your torch in the resin, that's not a good thing. Right, so I'm just going to drop these little books in. Hopefully the excess UV resin around the edges isn't going to show very much. I'm going to move that one more to the middle, not that one, this one, because of the bubbliness. I'm hoping that it's sealed enough I'm not going to develop any more bubbles. So rather than pick a specific book or author to make the mold, this piece, just kind of decided to go with celebrating a love of books, really. Don't really have a lot of time to read these days, but I still have my audiobooks and, of course, my Kindle, which I generally use when I'm on holiday. I don't know what that blobbiness is in there. I'm hoping that the silicone is completely cured and that's not reacting, because if that's the case, I'm going to have to start all over again. And that will not be fun. This one is not completely covered. A little bubble hiding there. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on the bubbles. Try and get rid of as many as I possibly can. And I will see you when we're ready for the next part. See you in a bit. Hello, welcome back. This is fully cured, finally. I did get a few bubbles and some of them moved a little bit, but they're okay. I think it's going to work anyway. So the plan is, I want to do this kind of like a coffee colour. And strangely enough, this is actually called coffee. Now I am also contemplating maybe putting a very small amount of like a creamy colour, off-white, around the edge, so it pours in a little bit. I'm not sure whether I want to do that or not, but oh, do you know what? Let's go for it. Just Brexit, it Brexit. It's the first time I'm using this mould, and I suspect I didn't give it long enough to cure before actually throwing something into it. That's c'est la vie. So I'm going to start by mixing a little of this. If I can get the lid off. Ha! And again, it's a brand new one, I haven't opened it. And I've just tidied up and put all my things away, including my sharp pointy thing, which I need for opening this. I am not doing well, am I? It's okay, we'll get there in the end. Finally, so the hopes is that it comes out looking like kind of coffee and cream. If it turns out badly, I'll probably paint the outside of the mould anyway. Just put that there. Get this mixed. Lighting is a little odd in here today, isn't it? Let me see if I can put some more. Hopefully that's a bit better. Oops. The weather's not very pleasant here today. It is March, and in this region of Spain at least, March is known for being wet and windy. In general, it's the worst month of the year weather-wise. Also means it's colder because of the wind. And, that's a gold interference. Never mind. It'll work, she says confidently. Quite a bit of the coffee in there. The gold interference, as you could probably tell, didn't have a label on it. And it came from Temu. And during the organisation process, obviously that's got mixed up with other things. Put that there a second, I grab myself a wet wipe. some of this powder off my gloves. It goes where I don't want it to. So just mix this up quickly. Resin's been on the heat mat, so this is reasonably warm. It's not in danger of flash curing at the moment, but if I faff about too long, it will be. And since I already have a reputation for things catching fire, I don't really want to do that again on screen. And so I'll let that sit for a second. I'll give this a quick squirt to make sure there's no bubbles of powder in there. I'll do the same with that one. I want to pour them at pretty much the same time, really. Ideally, I should probably wait for them to thicken up a little, but I just unfortunately don't have the time for that today. Okay, I think we're about as done as we're going to be. So I am going to very carefully, pour a very small amount. I should use a cardboard cup for this, shouldn't I? Just round the edge there. And then dollop this in the middle. And it'll hopefully push that cream back. And it'll slowly work its way in. Yeah, not that slowly, is it? The mould isn't quite full, but I think it's full enough. I'm going to move this over onto my heat mat, and I will come back when this is cured and we're ready for the next part. See you in a bit. Hey all, seems like this is cured now, so let's give it a go. Get it out of the mould. Keep everything crossed for me. We came away clean. And here we go. Okay, the goldy colour kind of settled at the edges, but that's okay. I'm probably going to colour the edges anyway. Not what that is. The books look okay. There's a couple of bubbles here and there, but nothing too dramatic. So to finish this, now I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but this is, rather than a specific book, this is kind of celebrating love of books in general, really. There's so many authors that I like to read that couldn't pick one if I wanted to. So I've got this pretty little DTF sticker. I did have to chop it a bit because it bizarrely said, just a girl who loves books and coffee. So I cut out the extra loves. See if I can get this off the backing sheet now. Here we go, it's peeling. Let's just hope where I trimmed it is not going to do any harm. Looks okay. Now, to decide exactly where to put it. I think that looks pretty good there. Just got a little plastic spatula to rub it down to try and make sure I don't get any air bubbles trapped in it. Okay, so hopefully that's stuck enough. Now to peel off. Yeah, no, it's still not quite stuck there. It's coming away with the coating. Try from this end. It's better. Yeah. It's the wording I'm worried about staying on there. No, it's going to take a little work, I think. Not on this edge. See if the wording stays this side. No, it's not coming off the backing. I'll have to fast forward through this for you because this is going to take a little while, I think. Yay! Finally, we got there. Now I actually quite like it as it is, but I think I might do the edges in gold. I'll have a think about it. Where's my gold pen? I've got a few actually. Just deciding which one I like best. And because this is kind of crystal edge-ish, I'm going to take a lot of getting in the nooks and crannies. What I should have done is painted them all before I put these on, but before I poured the resin, rather. What I might do is just give it a gentle sort of coat, just to kind of pick up trim a little bit. It's going to take a while anyway, regardless of how I decide to do it. I don't think you need to watch me doing all this. I'll paint it up off camera. I'll get you a few photographs. Don't forget, this is a collaboration for World Book Day. Please check out the playlist down there. Give me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost you anything and it will help my channel out a massive amount. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Hope to see you soon. Bye.